Does this sound familiar to you, Matthew? Cast your mind back.
Okay.
Travelling blindfolded to a mystery destination from which we have to make our way back to Broadcasting House in Ipswich.
Yeah.
Remember
It was
that?
great. It was fantastic.
We've done it once, and that was with a...
A taxi.
How did you say it?
Taxi!
Much better. But this time, we thought we'd go several miles further by taking a light aircraft.
Yeah.
That's been our mode of transport, not the spinning Mexican hat. Now, Matt wasn't worried about flying in a light aircraft because he used to be in the Air Training Corps.
Briefly, yeah.
Very, very briefly. In fact, as a little-known fact, he was actually a member of their trampoline display team, the Blue Speedos. I, however, was a little more nervous.
Yeah.
So I was glad that, and this is a very official thing, as BBC employees, we're obliged to ask our pilot some vital pre-flight questions.
What's your favourite colour?
Blue.
Are you scared of heights?
No.
When you go out with your pilot mates, do you run around with your arms outstretched going, "Meow"?
Afraid not, no.
That's a bit of a shame. Do you have a picture of Wilbur and Orville Wright on your wall?
No.
Oh, yeah. Is it literally possible to land on a postage stamp?
No.
Do planes have heaters?
They do, yeah, you'll be all right. There's a small heater in
See,
there.
that's something I've always wondered about.
It's the little things, isn't it, Matthew, that... oh, yes, another
Not
thing.
all of them, I have to say. That some of the smaller ones wouldn't, but this one has got a heater, so you'll be okay.
Is there an in-flight meal, and do you serve drinks at all?
Afraid not, and no good-looking lady serving the drinks, so that's a bit of a disappointment.
You see, they're my priorities. You just want heaters.
There you go.
There you go. I think they're the questions that Suffolk need answered.
And we may ask those in the air.
In the air, yeah.
We didn't, though, did we?
I think he was so baffled by our questioning that we thought it might not be wise to ask him while he's flying at 1,000 feet. Find out how we got on high up in our plane, and in fact where the adventure led us later in the show. Since the beginning of time, I think it's safe to say man has dreamed of flight.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't say for certain.
No, because you weren't around.
I wasn't around, but
You are old, though.
I'm not that old. I've got a little bit of grey in the beard.
Yeah,
I wear my
bottoms.
pyjama bottoms, but I'm not Methuselah. Let's put that one to one side. In fact, I do know for a fact that Matt's prehistoric ancestors used to tie hummingbirds to their heads in an attempt to defy the laws of gravity.
It is true.
It is true. Matt himself once stood in front of a bubble machine outside the Early Learning Centre, hoping he'd float all the way to Guernsey. Sadly, he was disappointed. So when we recently got the chance to fly in a light aircraft from Crowfield Airfield, he jumped at it. But things, as I'm sure you're aware if you've listened to this show for any length of time, are never straightforward. Matt's special requirements were so unusual, he had to get Ross, our pilot, to confirm them before we took off.
So what have I asked you to do, Ross?
You've basically asked us to fly you somewhere within Suffolk that we mustn't tell you where it is. You're going to be blindfolded, so you can't identify any landmarks. So you're not going to have any idea at all where we're going to end up, and basically leave you there. And I'll come home, and you'll make your way back to Ipswich later today.
Is this the first time anybody's asked you to do this?
It is, yes. Strangely enough, it's not something we regularly do.
And tell us a little bit about the plane that we're going to be going up in.
The plane is it's called a Robin. It's a French-built aircraft. Obviously, it's a four-seater.
Ooh la la.
And good sort of touring aeroplane, really. It gets hired by people who want to take it away, take the family away for the weekend or something like that. It's quite fast. It's quite comfortable, plenty of space in it. It's just a good all-round aeroplane, really.
How fast, when you say quite fast, how fast is fast?
It will cruise at about 130 knots, which is about 140 odd miles an hour.
So where's the furthest you've flown from here?
I've flown down to France, I've flown to Spain as well.
Obviously the planning is part of the fun, isn't it? I should think.
Absolutely, and checking the weather and talking to the various airfields that you're going to need to land at, and if you're going abroad, clearing customs and filing a flight plan. There's a huge amount of work to do, which is all, part of the challenge.
Yeah.
Is this good flying weather?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty calm today. It's cold, it's clear. The visibility is going to be very good. Not that you'll see it, you'll have your blindfolds on. But no, it's an ideal day.
Well, in the years you've been flying, I guess you're flying a lot around Suffolk. What would you say is the most beautiful part of Suffolk from the air?
Because we were not going to see it today, so...
No, we can just imagine it.
You've got a beautiful coastline in Suffolk, all the way down sort of Orford, the estuary up the Orwell. Obviously the Orwell Bridge is fairly nice view from the air. Yeah, we're quite lucky with Suffolk, really. Although people think it's very flat and not very interesting, it is. It's actually quite good from the air. It looks pretty nice.
Oh yeah, what will be our altitude?
Probably we won't go that high. We'll probably go about 1,000 feet, maybe 1,500 feet. There's not a lot of point in climbing up much higher than that, only to turn around and come down again, because we're staying within Suffolk. It's not going to be a very long flight, so there's not much point gaining loads of height just to turn around and come down.
If I said the word ailerons, would you be impressed?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. You've
Okay.
obviously been
If I said,
reading up.
what does it mean, Simon?
I have absolutely no idea. I thought it was a band.
So, are you nervous?
I'm not. We're in very safe hands. I'm a nervy fly, but I'm looking forward to this experience. It's a shame I'm going to be blindfolded.
What about the rest of the day? Okay, so the flight is exciting, but then we've got to get back to Ipswich.
I haven't been thinking about that. I'm more nervous about spending time in the wild with you in this bitterly cold weather than I am about anything else.
Okay, I think we should do it then.
Okay, chocks away.
Shall I take?
Okay, bags are being loaded on. I've got a handle to hold on to there. I've got to walk on a black strip.
You want to step down into the back there.
This is very much just like a car, other than it's got wings. Simon's in.
I'm in.
Do we have seatbelts?
We do.
Are we meant to wear them?
Yeah, I would suggest you do, yeah.
Okay, right. So you're priming the engine at the moment, is that what?
Yeah, we're priming the engine.
Ah, see, that's impressive, isn't it? I know that.
Yeah, but I know ailerons.
The band.
Yeah.
Just going to turn it over like that, and we'll prime it again.
So Simon, how are you feeling right now?
Comfortable, relaxed. Well, I think it's weird. I think as we go to take off, the size of this plane or the lack of size will make me feel a little apprehensive. But then it's a first-time experience for me, so I would.
Ross, how's it compared to going up in a jumbo jet? This is a completely different experience, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you actually get a sense that you're flying here, whereas sitting in the back of a jumbo jet, you could be, it's just more like a sort of a trip on a bus type thing. You don't get that real feel for flying. Obviously here you've got windows all around us, you can see out, you're going to be much more in touch with the fact that you're actually up there flying.
And it's important to remember we won't know where we're going to land. We don't have any idea. Ross has spent time planning this over the last week, so he's just checking all the temperatures and all the gauges. And
I've got my headphones on, and it really blocks out the noise very effectively.
so the headphones are connected. I'm not wearing them, I'm wearing the ones for the recording device.
What was that?
Simon can't hear me, he's wearing his headphones.
Here we go.
So I presume we're taxiing all the way to the other end of the runway to come back again along it. Unless we are just driving there.
Check the engine is working and everything is all looking good before we go.
And is it looking good so far?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Good questions, Matthew.
So the nerves are building, but the adventure continues. The adventure really starts later in the show.
You left myself and Matthew about to take off in a small light aircraft bound for an unknown destination. Now, I'd packed lightly, very sensible, but Matt was unhappy as his vanity case, travel commode and his pet St Bernard Mr Chips all had to remain on the ground. Our pilot Ross was concerned that in the middle of his petulant outburst, Matt had forgotten to fasten his seatbelt.
You're all strapped in. You're all strapped in. All happy.
Yeah, that was a safety check, wasn't it?
That's
Brilliant, yeah. Exits here, and here. Let's rock.
Okay, we're building up power. Wow.
This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I didn't even realise we were taking off. No, it was that smooth. It was fantastic. And it's the beautiful county of Suffolk spread out below us. I can see my house from here.
No, you can't.
Oh no, I'd like to say that.
You can see the A140 snaking past the Mendlesham mast. That looks great. All the little lanes going off to farms. Lots of water, a lot more water than you imagine.
That was us gaining a few hundred feet, I think.
Yes.
If you want to put your blindfolds on.
Okay. We've been instructed to put our blindfolds on, so this is it. I now can't see anything. Feels quite relaxing flying blindfolded. Feels like you're floating. Two blindfolded men in a plane. That says something. I'm not sure what though. Okay, that was a weird sensation. Presumably we've just lost some altitude. Being blindfolded and losing altitude and slowing the engine down all feels very odd. We can't be far from our destination. Okay, so we've been instructed to take our blindfolds off. We're just circling around a field, some trees, weird sensations.
Obviously, we're coming in for a landing. Glorious views that we saw most of it. Here we come. Who knows where?
We're down.
We're down. Lovely landing.
Well, let's stop before we turn it. First impressions.
Very similar to where we've just taken off from.
Some undulation on the left with some trees and a big house.
Wouldn't it be funny if we just go around a big circle? We were about where we started.
That would be funny.
Touchdown.
So how did that feel being blindfolded, Simon, and being airborne?
To tell you the truth, it was really weird. It was quite potentially disorientating. I'm glad Ross said that we could take our blindfolds off before we landed, because I would be really disorientated. And the weird thing was, when we touched down, I felt a little bit, ugh.
How did it feel actually flying two people that were blindfolded?
Well, it's quite relaxing. They weren't saying much.
No nattering, I suppose.
The perfect flight.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, so let's get out. I need to unclip. Okay, which way do you reckon we should be heading then?
Down that way, the way we've just landed.
I can see a car going along a road.
Car going along the road, so I would head that way and.
So go back along the runway we just landed on.
Yeah, I think so. There's a small concrete track down the side of the runway which you can walk down.
Okay, and you're going to turn around and fly off home?
I'm going to fly off home, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, presumably he's driven in from the road.
Okay, so Ross is saying go now, go, because there's a car coming, and that person might tell us where we are and say welcome to.
In a welcoming fashion. So yeah, we're gonna leg it.
So seriously, this is. Thank you very much for the flight. Very smooth.
No problem at all, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Bye. This feels a bit odd.
It does feel weird.
So we don't know where we are.
We've been dropped in the middle of a field in the middle of nowhere. We're running away from a man in a car, and our plane is about to take off, leaving us behind. So, yeah, so same old, really.
So there he goes.
If you just listen, that's our lift.
It's what time? Do you know what the time is?
10:15 by my Christmas watch. I feel like we're in some sort of spy movie. We've been dropped behind enemy lines. Now we've got to make our way back to base, maybe.
Back to BBC Radio Suffolk, the Studios Broadcasting House in Ipswich. That's the goal of all
do
this.
Do we have papers? Do we have a disguise? Can you speak the accent? Watch your step, because there's a horse manure there.
See, I'm not bothered about horse manure. I'm wearing walking boots.
Oh no, and I've got my espadrilles on again. When will I learn?
And it's a beautiful day. It's a bit of hazy cloud in the sky. I'm sure Ross would know the proper terminology for that kind of cloud.
Aileron.
Priming the engine. We showed him, didn't we?
We certainly did. He thought we were a couple of numbskulls.
We've come to the end of the track that led to the airstrip. It's led onto a single track road. Left, I can see in the distance a church.
Straight ahead of us, there's another church.
Decision time, Talbot. So a real proper adventure. Every week from now on, for the next couple of weeks anyway, we're going to continue with this.
Yeah, we're behind enemy lines, or we're not. We're in a field in the middle of nowhere. We don't know where we're going to go.
We don't know the adventures we're going to have, and we do have adventures. And you'll hear a small clip later in the show.
And then you'll find out next week where we go when we... Quite like that. Anyway, enough roaming.
Simon, next week.
We've struck gold.
Debbie does berry.
You've no idea what you next tell me.
You really haven't.
Oh, let's take him to the bike rally.
Our adventure rocks.
Joe and Debbie.
Fantastic. So it's Adventures on Two Wheels coming up next week, so make sure you join us then.
This is probably the finest piece of production we've ever had on the show. Listen to this.
Be excited.
You're going to be blindfolded.
Is this the first time anybody's asked you to do this?
It is, yes. It's not something we regularly do.
Okay, chucked away.
Two blindfolded men in a plane. That says something. I'm not sure what, though.
Obviously, we're coming in for a landing.
Okay, and you're going to turn around and fly off home.
I'm going to fly off home, yeah.
I feel like we're in some sort of spy movie. We've been dropped behind enemy lines. Do we have a disguise? Can you speak the accent? Watch your step, because there's a horse manure there.
See, I'm not bothered about horse manure.
Okay, let's just listen.
So there he goes.
That's our lift.
We've come to the end of the track that led to the airstrip. Decision time, Talbot. And what decisions do we make? Well, stay tuned to find out.
And you'll find out where those decisions take us. That had everything, didn't it? It had excitement, adventure, horse manure,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards. How can we beat that? Well, we will.
Yeah.
Just stay tuned and you'll find out. Now, you know how it is. You know how it is. It happens every day. You're dropped by a light aircraft in a field in the middle of nowhere, and you've got to find your way back home before your supply of Kendal mint cake runs out. That was the predicament that myself and Matthew found ourselves in very recently. As an extreme origami expert, Matt had folded himself some survival essentials out of an old newspaper, which he felt very happy about at first, but unfortunately his igloo blew away. Your bush oven burst into flames.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. And I blew my nose into his compass. Needless to say, after all that, he was both upset and disorientated.
North, east, south, west.
What are you trying to work out? Even if we knew if that was east, well, how would it help? Because we don't know where we are. We've got no point of orientation.
Well, you're right, it doesn't... No, because, listen...
See, my thinking is that we find a church, because churches tend to be in the middle of villages.
So we're heading for the church that's on the horizon.
Yeah, we need to find a path going to the right, or whatever direction that is, pretty soon. I'm suspecting that looks like there might be one there.
Simon's stomach is rumbling, as it always does in anything we ever do.
So I'm looking forward to getting to a village, or any kind of civilization really, just to see if I can possibly find the snack facilities.
Someone walking a dog. Hello. What direction is the nearest form of, like, well, civilization? Is there a town nearby?
It's Hopton a mile away.
Hopton, that direction?
That's right.
We're north of the region?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah. There's
okay.
another Hopton near the coast.
Okay, and what, you've been walking your dog and...
Yeah, just exercising my working dogs.
Well, thank you very much. We're going to head to Hopton. I never asked for his name.
But that's in a way that's quite romantic in a way. Not in the lovey-dovey way, in a kind of an adventurous kind of way.
Of course, knowing where you are.
And actually getting home are two different things.
Okay, there's some people, so we've just come through a very small settlement, a couple of houses. Before you drive off, what's your name? Rachel. We were dropped off in a small plane. I gather we're now in North Suffolk somewhere.
Yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere, really.
Right.
Where are you heading to?
Ipswich. How would you get back?
I'd ask my husband.
Husband, what's your name?
Kevin, you could probably get a bus to Dis and then get a train.
What did you just say?
There's no buses to Dis on a Saturday.
So that's out of the question. What's your name?
Andrea.
Get the bus from the top of the by the shops into Bury, probably, and then get the bus from Bury to Ipswich.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Simon, this is Hopton.
Hopton village, first step on our journey home, and yeah, we've made it. Not a very big village, one with an impressive church.
You see by that church, it's coming up to 11:30. The pub isn't open. We need to find a bus to get us to Bury St Edmunds. This is a bus stop. You can tell that by the echoey sound inside it. This is a timetable. So we've missed the 11:04. We have an hour to kill in Hopton before a bus can take us to Bury St Edmunds.
They're the facts.
Hello, what's your name?
Roger, why?
Roger, my question is, what is there to do in Hopton on a Saturday afternoon?
Tell you something, I don't bloody know.
Because we come to look at a house.
Oh, so you want to move to the area?
To the area, yeah. But the first thing we're going to find out is if the pub...
Not
takes
yet.
a dog.
Oh,
Well, it's not open yet. We've just been hanging around outside. So I think 12 o'clock.
Well, we're not going to have anything to eat. We just want to find out if we can get the dog in. It's no use moving to a village where you can't get your dog in the pub.
so you're basing your whole...
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
We wouldn't go to anywhere I can't take my dog to.
That's a fair point. What's the dog's name?
Oscar.
What's your name?
Mine's Chris.
Hello, mate. You're the youth of Suffolk, yeah?
No,
You're not the youth of Suffolk?
no, I'm 27.
You're 27?
Yeah,
Get out of here.
yeah, too.
Tobbs, come over here. What's your name?
Nathan.
Nathan. Nathan here. Now, I said to him, you're the voice of youth. He says, no, I'm not.
Oh, as far as we've met so far, you're the most youthful.
How old is he,
person.
do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no, 20?
27.
Well, that's a good thing.
You live in Hopton?
Yeah.
What is there to do on a Saturday? We've got an hour to kill.
There's the pub, there's the park up there, and that's about it, really.
The park. What can we do at the park?
Nothing, really.
Just hang out.
Yeah,
And I'd rather hang out in the pub. Is that open at 12?
Yeah.
You know, brilliant. Right.
Yeah, it does.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. The youth of Suffolk, even though he's not so young.
Ooh, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Opening time.
Very tasty.
Okay, so first things first, where are we?
Hopton.
Say something positive about Hopton.
Lovely people.
Yeah, it's quite easy to live here.
Very good community. Beer's too expensive.
Yeah, beer's too expensive.
Nice pub though.
Why are you in here?
Why? We got dropped off by an airplane.
Did you?
An airplane?
Take me up in it.
It's not my airplane. We hired someone to drop us off anywhere in Suffolk. They chose
A field not so far away from here. And we didn't know where we were, and we discovered that Hopton was near, so we came here, and now we're trying to find our way back to Ipswich.
Everyone seems to say Bury St Edmunds is the way forward to get back to Ipswich.
That's true. No, it's the opposite direction.
Well, you want us to go to Diss?
No. Go out here and go that way.
We're not. We were dropped off by an airplane. It didn't have a car in the back.
I can give you a lift back in a minute if you want.
If you take us to Bury, that would be good.
Yeah, I'll take it to Bury.
You take us to Bury?
That's cool. Yeah.
Okay, your name is?
Debbie.
Debbie is going to take us to Bury. What was your name?
Joe.
We've struck gold.
Thank you, Debbie does Bury.
You've no idea what you let yourself in for.
You really haven't.
Oh, let's take him to the bike rally.
Would you like to go to the bike rally?
Well, a bike. What's a bike rally?
Motorbike rally.
Motorbike rally.
Should we want to go to that?
Yes, you would. You'd love it.
It's got motorbikes in it.
Yeah.
No.
The first point I want to make is the pub does take dogs, apparently.
Yes, and the gentleman was very pleased when he found out,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
it's on the card that he might actually move to Hopton.
Which is great. And Suffolk gets another resident?
Yeah.
That's great.
And the other thing I want to mention is that the adventure continues. We go to a bike rally later in the show.
Rum, rum.
That donkey noise again.
That's me trying to create audio theatre. You left myself and Matthew in the village of Hopton, chatting to the locals in the Vine Public House. After a particularly strong packet of crisps, however, Matt had become carried away. This often happens. He'd put Barbara Dixon on the jukebox, he'd stripped to the waist, and he was loudly challenging the locals to a game of shove halfpenny. He could have found himself barred. That happens a lot. But then we met Joe and Debbie, who stepped in and invited us to a biker rally. As he struggled to put his vest back on, Matt was keen to stress that they were acting on their own free will.
You've offered us a lift. Just to be clear on that, you've offered us a lift.
I certainly have.
You have a Land Rover, Range Rover?
Range Rover, yes.
That's nice.
It's lovely.
No, I know a Range Rover Vogue is like top of the line, isn't it?
It's a courtesy car at the moment because mine got written off.
Oh, that bodes well.
No, I actually wasn't in the car when it got written off. I was parked and somebody piled into my car.
Okay. You've offered us a lift towards Bury St Edmunds, but first you're going to take us where?
To a bike rally.
Okay, let's see what happens. Trepidation.
I'm quite excited.
And Joe's going to come along as well.
Joe's coming as well. Yes, she is.
You have tomato ketchup in the back.
And we're off.
Okay, to the sounds of Guns N' Roses, we're off.
Sweet child, oh mine. Yes.
We're leaving Hopton.
A bike rally, Simon.
That's where we are. Next to a sugar beet factory, which is makes for some interesting smells for a start. But there's lots of bikes already, lots of tents. Yeah, let's crack on in and see what we can see.
Joe, you've come with us, and this is your first bike rally as well.
Yes, it is indeed. Yes, I'm a bit kind of scared, excited, all at the same time.
Let's do this then. This is a bike rally. You're Herb.
Yeah, well, welcome to coming to the rally, guys. This is organised by the Bury St Edmunds and District Motorcycle Action Group. This is about the 14th Mad Cow. This is the Mad Cow rally because of the BSE, you know, and also because you've got to be a mad cow to camp in January in a muddy field.
Quite. The gentleman there with that bike said it's quite a rare one. Is that a slightly bigger fuel tank than normal?
There's so many different types of bikes. You know, some people go for like the Street Fighter type style. Then you've got the race rep bike. You've got the chopper. You've got the trike.
That's yours?
No, that's not mine. My trike's at home. I'm afraid, being the organiser, I have to leave my trike at home and bring the van because it's loaded up with the disc guards and stuff. So, and obviously the marquees have to get air and braziers and stuff. So, you know, biking is a very big, wide family, really. You know, we average about, well, tonight we'll fill the hall and we can have 260 people in there with live bands and the disc.
Oh, right.
Stuff, so.
And there's a strong sort of biking community in Suffolk. Are there other rallies like this in Suffolk?
Yeah, there's on average there's at least one a month within an hour's drive from Bury St Edmunds, all round East Anglia.
So even though we haven't got a bike, we're still welcome.
Everybody's welcome. As long as you've got an interest in motorbikes, everybody's welcome.
What's your name?
Coffee.
I'm Sean.
What happens at a bike rally?
Basically, we come and put our tents up, and because everybody has a motorcycle, everyone has a common interest. And we get to see your mates from the year before, and sometimes you don't see guys all year. All you ever get to bump into them is at the rallies.
Yeah.
And you just have a good old time, parties, live band playing later, lots of beer. What more can you want?
When did you arrive?
About 2 hours ago.
Really? And you're going to stay till tomorrow?
Yes, definitely.
Where are you from? Your accent certainly isn't Suffolk.
I'm from Zimbabwe, so I threw a dart at a map and I thought, no, this is a fantastic to come drink, try all the different types of beers, and meet some fantastic people.
Right, and it's held yearly. Yeah, it's a yearly.
Yeah, yes, it's every year.
Yeah, there's a summer party as well, and all proceeds get put towards charities. They do ride outs, Easter egg runs, pet food runs, help with local children's hospice, local animal places. Very charity orientated scene. Most clubs, do charity things.
Is your machine nearby, or?
And it's an Aprilia 1000.
I know that is a race bike type brand.
Yes, and it's an Aprilia 1000's V-twin. Race bikes is what they are famous for, but this is a road-going version.
And this is what it sounds like. And that's what it sounded like.
See, I don't know much about engines or anything. Nice colour.
Did it sound good?
It sounded great. It's a sexy sound, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It is. It is.
It is. It is.
I think we're falling into their trap.
Yeah, they're tracking us in.
Okay, good luck, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. We've got to move on now.
It's been really cool. It's a complete surprise being here, and I'm well chuffed that we got pointed in this direction.
We still have to get back to Ipswich. That's our goal.
I've forgotten about what our goal was, to be honest.
Come on, let's go.
Bye! Love to meet you! Bye!
Make sure you listen to BBC Radio Suffolk next week between 3 and 4, Matt and Simon, to get the conclusion of our adventure.
And thanks to everyone at the bike rally. They were absolutely lovely people. Do you remember those old movie serials? The ones that were on at when you came home from school, like Flash Gordon,
oh yeah,
Buck Rogers. They were basically all the same. It was a square-jawed hero in constant peril, with only his ever-screaming companion for company. If you've been, you can see where this is going, can't you? If you've been listening over the past couple of weeks, you'll no doubt have been on the edge of your seat as square-jawed muscular hero Simon. Hello. And high-pitched female screamer Matt.
I'm not liking this.
Have been travelling through Suffolk on their own big adventure, an enormous adventure. Well, the wait is now over. Gasp as our tale reaches its thrilling conclusion. Oh, yeah, but first a recap.
We went up in an aeroplane.
We've wandered across fields galore. We've been to a pub. 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Opening time.
Very tasty.
We've gotten a courtesy car that was incredibly expensive, had heated seats.
Belonging to Debbie. And Joe was in there as well.
No idea what you let yourself in for.
They brought us here.
Let's take him to the bike rally.
Met some lovely people, seen some nice bikes. So I don't know much about engines or anything. Nice colour. And now we're going to head into Bury St Edmunds.
Simon, below us is a railway line. It goes to Stowmarket to Ipswich. It goes in that direction.
We need to be going in that direction, don't we?
Maybe the train would be the best way. We're not touching, we're not even looking at the train until sunset. Guys, I'm guessing you're going to the bike rally.
That's right, yeah.
We've just been there.
You've just been, and we missed you.
Yeah, we're off now. We're trying to get back to Ipswich. Any ideas how we should do that?
On a bike, mate.
Yeah, that's not an option. What do you think?
Oh, I agree with everything he says.
Are you married?
No.
One day you'll be agreeing to everything she says.
Probably so. I think you could be correct there, yeah.
What's your name?
It's Charlie.
And your name?
Jenny.
2 for £1 on the pineapples. Let's clear them up.
Okay, Simon, we need to get home. We're in Bury St Edmunds.
At the market in Bury St Edmunds, yeah.
Fast today, let's clear them up. We'll soon be going home.
I think the best way, maybe, is to help these guys pack up.
We need to find a market trader that's based in Ipswich, help them pack up, and then try and get a lift back with them.
Or Stowmarket, or just generally that direction.
Let's try and do it.
Well, are you with these guys?
Don't speak English, mate.
We're trying to get back to Ipswich, basically, but not use the bus or the trains if we can help it. So we were thinking we'd help pack up.
Who's going to Ipswich? You see them rare bread mates? Yeah, ask them, and they got a van as well. She might be able to get in.
Spot on, thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
We've just been told that you guys are heading towards Ipswich.
No, we're heading towards Colchester.
You go past Ipswich at the roundabout. A cop dog.
No, we don't go that way.
Well, where do you go?
Somebody's just told us to come here for a laugh, I suspect. We're trying to find our way back to Ipswich.
You see, we're actually from, well, when I say Colchester, we're the Braintree side of Colchester, about 10 miles. So we go Sudbury, Housestead, and back to our port of call.
So you're the rare breed?
The Rare Breed Meat Company.
Okay, good meat?
Supply Harrods, Harvey Nichols, Selfridges, West End restaurants, butchers.
But don't do lifts?
But we're no good at lifts.
Boss today, let's clear them up, we'll soon be going home.
I don't think we're going to have any luck with the market traders.
None of them are based in Ipswich, or they don't like us.
Bit of both.
A little bit of both. So yeah, we've got to find another way to get ourselves back into an Ipswichy direction.
Hello, can we be on the radio?
What do you want us to talk about?
Topic? What's the topic?
Topic is, how are we going to get home?
How are we going to get home?
How are we going to get home?
You get the bus home.
How are you going to get home? Hello. I think you should go home by bus.
No, I think turtles.
Okay.
Any advance on turtles?
Very quickly, your names, if you can do that without screaming.
No, I don't.
Maddie.
Amber.
No, she's Laura. I'm Amber. Lucy.
Hello.
Bye-bye.
Quick, you're listening to Matt and Simon?
You're listening to Matt and Simon.
BBC Radio Suffolk.
Anyway, so we now need to get back to Ipswich, and I think we're going to need to go to the bus station and just find the first bus that we can get that's in that direction.
Sorry, I'm dropping the mic. There's a bus here at Stowmarket. We need it. Hurry up, Tobbs. Running through Bury. You got change?
Yeah, I got change.
Hello, what's your name?
Hello, Gary.
Gary, how much to Stowmarket for 2 people?
Singles?
Yes, please. Lots of numbers popping up there.
£7, please.
£7. Got £7 there?
There's 3, 4, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 5. £6 there.
One more pound to go.
One more pound. I can do it. I've got it in my pocket.
And this bus is definitely going to Stowmarket.
It is indeed.
80, 90, 10 more pence.
20, just give him 20.
Oh, give him 20. Right?
He's on a schedule. We're now on a bus.
Going to Stowmarket, which is as close as we can get to Ipswich at the moment, so the adventure's not over.
Thank you very much for the journey, Mr. Bus Driver. What villages did we go through?
We did Rougham, Hesset, Drinkston, Ralston, Harleston, One House, and then Stowmarket.
That's quite a route, isn't it?
It's a simple one, isn't it?
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for travelling. Cheers. Bye.
We're in Stowmarket. We've made it this far. That's as far as the bus goes. It goes back to Bury, I presume now. Sun has gone down. The stars are out. It's about 5:15.
Yep. Hang on. Christmas watch. 5:20.
Just approaching Stowmarket station. The front of it, you got that traditional kind of scene of miserable-looking people out the front waiting for lifts.
Yes. Oh, the station itself is Victorian splendour, but yes, everyone else is cold, miserable, and they just want to get home.
This is all shut.
Oh.
You have to go on the. There's a machine.
Tobbs, we've got a ticket machine here to work out how to use. We don't want a 7-day travel card.
We've got tickets to Ipswich, that's that side of it done. It's just a short train ride away. We've got a 15-minute wait, and then we're there.
And funnily enough, it will be about 15 minutes before you can hear part 2. Do we make it? Could all go horribly wrong.
Matt and Simon.
BBC Radio Suffolk.
Now, moving on. You may remember you left myself and Matthew tantalisingly close to the end of our biggest adventure to date at Stowmarket Railway Station, where we were killing time until our transport home arrived. Now, in a tribute to the classic movie Brief Encounter, I was saying tearful goodbyes to people whose trains were pulling out, and in a tribute to the classic movie The Railway Children, Matt was waving his underpants at those that were speeding past. But then the fun had to stop when it was time for us to get on board.
Calling at Ipswich, Manningtree, Colchester, Shenfield and London, Liverpool.
Don't you hate it when the door doesn't stop right by you? So, someone wants to whisper because we're on a train.
Just don't want to disturb other people. I'm very aware of that, and I'm very tired. It's been a very long day.
We got an airplane.
When you go out with your pilot mates, do you run around with your arms outstretched going, wow?
So what have I asked you to do, Ross?
You've basically asked us to fly you somewhere within Suffolk. You're going to be blindfolded, so you can't identify any landmarks. So you're not having any idea at all where we're going to end up. Check the engine is working and everything is all looking good before we go.
And is it looking good so far?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Woo. Good questions, Matthew. Exits here, here and here, let's rock.
Wow.
Here we come. Who knows where?
We landed in a field.
Okay, which way do you reckon we should be heading then?
Down that way, the way we've just landed.
We've been dropped in the middle of a field in the middle of nowhere. We're running away from a man in a car, and our plane is about to take off, leaving us behind.
Simon just stood in the middle of the runway to get an action shot. I've never seen anyone do something so stupid.
Oh, you must have done.
We walked. The sun's in the sky.
The sun's in the sky. Well, I've got my SAS manual. It says, if the sun's in the sky...
All is well.
All is well.
No, the sun rises in the east. Right, and we're... What, we're...
What are you trying to work out? Even if we knew if that was east, well, what would it? How would it help? Because we don't know where we are. We've got no point of orientation.
Well, you're right, it doesn't... No, because, listen...
And walked.
And walked some more. Is that a hedgehog? Is that... How odd. There's a hedgehog on a brambles bush.
Well, it's not all of a hedgehog. It just seems like a part of hedgehog, skin of a hedgehog.
How did they get on there?
On a bramble bush.
I do know that they use crows to scare off other crows for crops and things.
It's a hedgehog.
I've never known a farmer do that.
I think we're in the Badlands.
Met a man.
Hopton a mile away.
Hopton that direction.
That's right.
I never asked for his name.
But that's in a way that's quite romantic in a way. Not in a lovey-dovey way, in a kind of an adventurous kind of way.
First signpost.
First signpost, half a mile to Hopton. We went to the Vine in Hopton.
Why are you in here?
Why? Yeah. We got dropped off by an airplane.
Did you? An airplane? Take me up in it.
We met Joe.
You've no idea what you let yourself in for.
And Debbie.
It's a courtesy car at the moment because mine got written off.
Oh, that bodes well.
Right. They took us to a biker rally where we met lots of bikers.
Yeah, well, welcome to coming to the rally, guys. This is organised by the British Edmonds and District Motorcycle Action Group.
So I don't know much about engines or anything. Nice colour.
Did it sound good?
It sounded great. It's a sexy sound, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It is. It is.
It is. It is.
I think we're falling into their trap.
Yeah, they're tracking us in. Then what do we do?
We met some market stall holders.
That's right, and they couldn't help us.
Hello. We've just been told that you guys are heading towards Ipswich.
No, we're heading towards Colchester.
You go past Ipswich at the roundabout. The Cop Dog.
No, we don't go that way.
Then we chased the bus. Sorry, I'm dropping the mic. There's a bus there at Stowmarket. We need it. Hurry up, Tobbs. Come on. Then we got off at Stowmarket.
Went for the train. Got the train.
Now we're here. Almost in Ipswich.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now arriving at Ipswich, where customers can change their services by Suffolk line of lower stop.
It's 5:42 by the clock on the train station. We have arrived in Ipswich. We're still not quite done yet. We've got to get to BBC Radio Suffolk.
And often it's that little bit just before the end.
It all goes wrong.
It all goes wrong. It's all fraught. So the adventure still continues.
Tobbs,
we're here.
We've done it.
We've done it. We've made it. What a day. We didn't know where we were going to be at the beginning of this, but we knew we had to get back here, and we've done it.
What's been the best bit?
The unexpected trip to the biker festival, and actually getting back here because I'm very tired and cold.
I am absolutely shattered, and of course the joke's on me because my car is at an airfield in Crowfield.
Any idea how you're going to get there?
None whatsoever. The adventure's over. But in a way, you know, the adventure never stops. Keep listening to Matt and Simon.
The adventure never stops. I love the sound of that.
Travel news from